Now, start-stop technology isn't revolutionary anymore, but bringing it into the mass motorcycle segment might just end up being extremely revolutionary for Hero. It's a good move. It's a nice technology play as well from this company. But does it really save you fuel? Is it enough to justify the USP tag that the old aging Splendor nameplate is getting with this iSmart? Well, Kailash had some time with the bike and has answers to all those questions.
At first glance, it may look like a Splendor NXG, but this is not a repetitive rebadge from Hero. This right here is the Splendor iSmart, and what sets it apart from the slew of Splendors in the competition is the nifty i3S technology.
Yes, it's lean and it's green and it's got something called the i3S technology. In layman's language, it stands for idle, start and stop. Now remember, this is a technology which is usually found on micro hybrids and a lot more expensive cars, a first for a 100cc motorcycle. So what it actually does is that it cuts off the ignition while the motorcycle is idling. As a result, it sips lesser fuel, puts out lower CO2 emissions, and you get bragging rights for being lean, green, and also having technology that is found on more expensive cars.
Powering the iSmart is the modest 97.2cc motor that kicks out 7.7 bhp and churns out 8.04 newtons of torque. Honestly, the iSmart is not engaging nor exciting to ride, but it has adequate power to trundle around town. The novelty really is the start-stop function that is tailor-made for the city.
So I've hit a traffic signal. Now allow me to demonstrate how this actually works. All you got to do is put it to neutral, release the clutch, and within 5 seconds the engine cuts itself out. Wait for some time and it's cut itself out. Now all you got to do to breathe life back into it is pull the clutch, slam the gears, and off you go.
Out on the road, the start-stop works well. The only minor niggle, you have to hit neutral to engage it. So at city crawls, you can't really reap the fuel-saving benefits of the start-stop function. Fuel efficiency figures stand at 92 kilometers to the litre. Compared to its cousin, the Splendor NXG, it's a marginal bump up of 4 kilometers to a litre of petrol. Doesn't sound like much? Well, consider this. If your weekly commute is 150 kilometers, that's 600 kilometers a month. On a regular Splendor NXG, you would consume 6.81 litres of fuel. On the iSmart, the figure is 6.52 litres, which amounts to an annual saving of 3.5 litres of fuel. However, the savings figures could go up if your daily commute is dotted with a lot of traffic stops. Kudos to Hero for kitting the Splendor with start-stop technology, but it needs to now take things further to make sure that the savings, thanks to the iSmart technology, are even more substantial. That will then really appeal to consumers. Twist the throttle and the iSmart gets to 60 kilometers an hour in a swift fashion and stays planted till about 80 kilometers per hour. The 4-speed gearbox is precise and the clutch is light. Glitches include a small rear-view mirror that doesn't tell you much about the traffic tailing you.
Now another problem is a 130mm drum brake up front. I mean, it lacks any sort of bite when you clamp down. It's okay at city speeds, but when you have to execute a sudden stop, it fails to inspire confidence. A disc brake on option would have been really nice.
Priced at a practical 48,550 rupees ex-Delhi, the iSmart is going to find favour with the commuter who wants to squeeze out more mileage out of every litre of petrol. So, should you buy one?
Now after spending a good 7 hours with the iSmart, I have come to the conclusion that it is a very comfortable commuter motorcycle. With spruced up looks and nifty technology like the start-stop, it is definitely going to find favour amongst the cost-conscious Indian consumer. Have to say, Hero has got fair amount of stuff right, and the Splendor iSmart sure does look promising.